Hello, darling friends. Today we're going to discuss more on using simple formulas. No, okay. So for many Excel users, writing formulas is one of the most common things, no, that they do. And now, um, many times formulas are straightforward. They are simple, easy to use. Well, they do start with a concept though. So, in this exercise, we want to calculate profits on this worksheet called formulas. Okay, the total here is going to be 40. We're going to be subtracting these two cells, but we don't type 130 or 90. All formulas really begin with the equal sign, and that's what we're going to type in. And though we can occasionally want to use external numbers, most of the time we use addresses. What we want to say in effect is whatever is in cell B2 right here. So from that, you want to take away whatever is in B3. So we write the formula, and this is one of the ways to write the formula. One is we type in the location of the first cell, which is B2 minus B3. There. So we write the formula. And this is one of the ways to write the formula. One is we type in the location of the first cell, B2 minus B3, enter or tab, and then we have our answer. Another way to type this, so I delete this entry, is then we use the arrow keys. So we start again with equal sign and then use the arrow keys to go to the cell of your choice. So I press the up arrow key, up one, two, and then writing a formula this way could be better, really, right? Compared to the first one. But the cells have to be somewhat nearby. Otherwise, it would take long time to get there. Then minus. Then we press the up arrow again. The B3 pops in. Then enter. And yet another way um, might involve two hands. So once again, start with equal. This time we'll click on cell B2. Minus, we click on cell B3, enter. So you see it's the same result in all three cases. Well, no matter how you write the formula though, you want to learn to keep an eye on what we call as the formula bar, which is this area up here. It's at the top of the screen. So in a certain sense, this cell doesn't really contain that 40. What you see here is the formula. Click on the above cell, above it, above the 40, and then we see, yes, indeed, that contains a value as 90 and not a formula, no? So we keep an eye on the formula bar in much the same way we keep an eye in a rear view mirror of our cars. So we look there frequently. Now we want the total in cell H2 right here. If all we knew about formulas is what we previously saw, then we would do something like this. Equal, type or click on B2 plus C2 plus D2, and so on and so forth. And that's not really the best way though. Imagine if we have 12 months to look into, or maybe even more. So just simply press escape. And here in Excel, there are hundreds really of functions that are built in to Excel. On the formulas tab here in this ribbon, you can track them down. You can see, well, first, you're not sure what you really need, right? So you can see here there are some math functions, some more in here, and some statistical functions, engineering, and so on and so forth. They're all over the place. So the most common function in Excel for most people really is probably the sum. And like a formula, this begins with equal sign, like this, and then followed shortly by sum. So you don't have to capitalize it, no? And then let's just put left parenthesis, something like that. And then we highlight the cells in question, either dragging left to right, B2 to G2, or right to left. Uh, Actually, it's the other way around, left to right, right? So click and drag across. And that notation means all the cells from B2 to G2. And then we press enter. And what's our answer? There you have it. And then in cell I2, we need to calculate an average, no? So let's see. But first, when we do an average, we have to know the total. But we already did that, right? We already done the addition part right here on column H. What we already are missing is to divide it by how many months are there. We have in 6. So what do we do in this cell right here is press again equal sign, and then click this cell here to represent for the total, and then we find the division sign, which is equal to the slash sign, this symbol here, and then we divide it by 6, and then enter. And then we'll adjust that format maybe later on, right? So it's just for demonstration purposes. And then um, well, now when we have formulas in place like this, and although we're not finished with this particular sheet, if I change this number to 130, presently it's 130. If I put it 135, okay, let's highlight the cells that we want to select first the cells that are bound to change when we do some changing on the underlying cells. Presently, we see this as 130. Observe the changes that are about to happen. If I change it to 135, keep your eye on the 40 earlier down below, and it will change. It will change. And we saw the formula, and this totals and averages to the right will change as well. And then you can begin to see how powerful these formulas are and how really we can make adjustments at different types. Also, if I go back to cell B3, so here, the overheads, representing the overheads, I'll make a change here, perhaps, uh, and then this is going to change the profits. It won't change anything to the right since we don't have anything over there just yet, but sometimes we will see negative. So for example, I put in 85, then the profits change. But how about if I put in 150, then so the formula what you see here is reacting all the time. So in this video, we've seen different techniques using the mouse and keyboard for creating simple formulas. It's a task that's very important as you work with Excel.